Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Book Talk with Cindy. Today we have a special feature because it's October, and every October we celebrate World Mental Health Day, or World Mental Health Awareness. And I am happy to be here with three novelists, three writers, three authors who champion and advocate mental health. So the first one is, I'm going to read out her bio. The first one is Nicole Marie Valdez, a seasoned beauty and lifestyle content writer. She merges her writing prowess with a fervent passion for faith and ministry. Beyond her literary endeavors, she actively supports NGOs and serves in the local church. Currently pursuing theological studies at Gulf Theological Seminary, her passion is to carve a purposeful path in ministry or church work, blending her dedication to writing, faith, and love for Jesus. So please welcome the author of Soli Deo Gloria, Nicole Marie Valdez. Hello, Nicole. Good afternoon. All right. How are you? How are things?
Good, thank you. I hope it's within your.
You just had you're on a roll. I mean, you had your book signing at the MIBF, and you also just had your book signing also at St. Dominic College, right? How does it
Yes.
feel? How does it feel being, really active in the publishing scene now?
Um, Actually, it's a bit overwhelming since it's my first book, and I haven't really expected the overwhelming support. But I'm just happy that there's more opportunity to talk about the book and to meet new people and just um connect with others who love books too.
I'm sure you'll meet a lot of more people in the future because you'll go places with this book. Now let's dive into your debut collection. It is a collection of stories and poetry. I'm really curious about the title, Soli Deo Gloria. For those who are not familiar with is it Latin? It's Latin, right? For those who are not familiar with Latin, what does Soli Deo Gloria mean?
Soli Deo Gloria is actually a Latin term. That means glory to God alone. It actually came from the Protestant Reformation way back in 16th century from Martin Luther. So it actually came from the five solas in theology. So one of them is Soli Deo Gloria, which means glory to God alone. So yeah, that's actually what it meant, the Latin term, Soli Deo Gloria.
Why did you choose this term as a title for your book? I mean, um, do your poems and stories reflect this title? Parang what's the backstory for this?
Well, I've always loved the phrase Soli Deo Gloria. Maybe it's a writer thing, but then for my first poetry collection, it took me a while before I can finally choose a title for the book, but it eventually dawned to me that to name the book Soli Deo Gloria because it is my first book and I wanted it to glorify God. And the collection is actually heavily inspired by the books of Genesis and Matthew. So I really it's just an ode to glorifying God, and it's basically everything that encapsulates the collection about even though to all of the seasons that you're going through, you're still glorifying God despite of it. So yeah, that's why I named it Solidio Gloria.
I love that, honoring God in everything that you do. I really love that. I think I read that in one of the. I think it's a Bible. Uh, there's a line from the Bible. There's a verse from the Bible that says something like it. Now let's talk about your journey. No? First, maybe we could talk about your journey also, say your soul journey, if you're comfortable talking about it. How did this what was your impetus, or how did this book come about? Like, of course, there's one event or maybe one idea that pushed you to write all of these poems. No, what was that? I know, one poem or one idea, one event that pushed you forward or motivated you to do this.
Um, Actually, there's a lot of things that happened that eventually led me to write 𝓤𝓘𝓝 Gloria. But one of the major events that happened was I actually lost my job way back in February. And during that time, I'm not doing well mentally, and there's not much job opportunities for me during that time. But even though it's more than a job hunting season, it actually went way back a month before that event happened. I was going through a tough time in my life. I lost everything. I got I became homeless for a while due to family problems. My wedding didn't push through. I lost my job. Then I have to fly back to Dubai. So it was a series of events. Then during the time that I got a job, but then I lost that supposedly new job again. It's actually a very dark time in my life. But then during that time, I couldn't really explain, but um, maybe it actually came from a place of brokenness. So I was really broken. I was really in a dark place. I was not okay, physically, emotionally, and mentally. So, you're kind of like in a rock bottom. And because of that scenario in your life where you're really at the bottom of your life, that's what actually propelled me. I'm not actually writing during those time. I don't feel like writing, even poetry. I love writing poetry way back, a few years back, but I've stopped writing poetry. But then I couldn't really explain what happened, but it came from a place of brokenness and from surrendering. That's what propelled me to write 𝓤𝓘𝓝 Gloria. I can elaborate it more, but yeah, maybe just a follow-up question about that.
It reminds me of the story of Job. Like you losing everything. Whenever I hear somebody losing everything, plummeting to the bottom, rock bottom, yun talaga, that's what I'm reminded of, the story of Job. And um, what is admirable here is a person rising, despite everything. So I'm sure, of course, you got your strength from God. But one of the things that I am also interested to know is, how did you manage to write a poem when everything is, if you're when you're going through a very rough patch, in your story kasi parang everything is parang wala eh. Everything is really parang everything, all aspects rough talaga siya. So how did you even manage to start writing? You need to focus, di ba? You need to be creative. So paano mo na balance, or how did you find your way out?
Well, I was actually really suffering from creative block or writer's block during that time. I haven't really written a poem for I think a few years now, and what really astounded me was I don't even write faith-based poetry. Most of the poems that I've written are mostly a personal one that you know what is happening in my life, about my thoughts and feelings. So it's more of like a catharsis for me. But then when I was writing for 𝓤𝓘𝓝 Gloria, the poem, it was I couldn't explain it because I have to go to a different series of process, not creative one, but since I'm not in a good place, the only way for me that I know personally what I can do is go back to the firm foundation that I've been taught to as a child, which is my faith. So what really helped me, go back to the light, go back to being creative is I started reading the Bible again, the scriptures. That was mainly inspired me to write the poems. And I read a lot of books during that time, but mostly I've been attending church services. So the people that I've been talking to during those times, their stories, their testimonies, and how they are trying to encourage me, they are actually the one who helped me stay creative and keep keep going because it was really hard. I'm not that well versed in writing faith-based poetry, and then all of a sudden I'm writing things that a topic that I'm not that usually, into. So yeah, it was a different kind of creative process, but a very challenging, but it was different, interesting, really educational for me too. Transformative rather. Yeah.
Well, God moves in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
Yun, binabanggit mo ba, it's really ironic. You've never written or you're not, you mentioned you're not that good in writing faith-based, but now this is your first book and it's selling a lot. It's selling like hotcakes. Wow. And it also means that your reach is, far and wide because, you know, a lot of people want to get this book. May mga nagsabi na ba sa'yo na how this book has helped them? I mean, have you received feedback from your readers also?
Actually, most of the feedback na nakukuha ko sa book is most of the people who have been reading the book, supporting it, are not really religious. And I don't really say na yung book is only for religious or, people who have faith. No, it's actually for everyone. It's welcome for everyone. I wanted, most of the people, yung feedback na sinasabi nila is they understand what it means to be, you came from a broken place, then you go to different seasons, then you finally meet God, or God actually meet you where you are. Then from a place of brokenness to different seasons, from the book it have 4 chapters, right? Like hurting, pruning, healing and blooming. So most of them they shared with me that it's actually based on reality and it's not just a poem that is very romanticized or too good to be true. And it's really something relatable and vulnerable, and they can really understand how God can meet you where you are, and it's a personal relationship between you as a person and God. So those are the feedback that I've been receiving, which I'm very happy about it. Yeah.
You're right. No, I would agree with you. It's also in our vulnerability that we shine. That's where we shine the most when we are at our weakest, when we are at the most vulnerable point in our lives. And just to just to ask you lang din, no, you mentioned 4 chapters in the book. They're all connected. They're all about parang may metaphor ng plant, right? Can you show a picture of can you show your book? I mean, you have it with you, right?
Yes, I
Can
do
you,
have it
there,
here.
can you, yun, there you go. So, Soli Deo Gloria. So, it's a very cottage core design. No? Yung pala, kasi sa loob, may connection yun, no? May bakit may flowers, may blooming part. Okay. And these are all connected also, inspired by um, Bible, books from the Bible, tama? Genesis and Matthew.
Genesis and Matthew. Yes.
What's your favorite poem there sa libro?
Ooh, top one. I love all of them, but well, I don't want to be biased. But then I think it would be the only Filipino poem na nandito, yung tula na Delikadesa ni Maria. Most of the people actually wanted that poem kasi may hugot daw, may hugot, and talagang makikita mo yung imagery of what it's trying to say. And yeah, I really love that poem. Tsaka medyo mahaba siya and storytelling talaga.
Can you read a few lines from Delicadeza ni Maria? I love that. I'd love to hear about it.
Sure, let me find the page.
While Nicole is looking for 𝓕𝓘𝓝 ni Maria, you guys can order a copy of the book from 𝗕𝓘𝓝's website, or you can also order it from Nicole herself. She also has copies of the book. Right. I'm going to read out some comments here. Cindy's, of course, the founder of 𝗕𝓘𝓝 says, congratulations. And that it's always difficult to choose between your babies. What's your favorite poem part is a tricky question. Yes, I would agree. Vicente Camilo Corpus also says, cheers to you, Nicole. So there are people who are in full support. All right, ready? Ready ka na? All right, let's go.
Ready. Okay. So, this piece is called Delikadesa ni Maria. Minsan may isang dalagang nagngangalang Maria. Kilala ko siya sapagkat siya ang ginagawang babala ng aking mga magulang. Kahit ang mga nakakatanda dito, babala. Huwag tumulad kay Maria. Maria ang aking pangalan. Maraming beses na ako nila inusgahan at tila ba ay di nila ako maintindihan. Bakit di sila tumingin sa salamin at nang makita din nila ang kanilang maitim na budhi? Hindi lamang ako ang may salarin. Babala. Huwag tumulad kay Maria Magdalena. Ang sabi nila ito ay karma dahil sa aking pagnanasa na mahanap ang paraiso, kaya't ako'y nagpadala sa tukso. Hindi na bali kung mahal ko siya, dahil may sunog na marka ako sa halang kong pagkatao. Hindi ba't tao lang din ako? Nagkakamali at nagdurugo? Babala, babala. Huwag tumulad kay Maria. Tayo na't kumuha ng mga bato. Siya'y ating palayasin dito. Hindi na dapat siya naririto. Sa malinis at tahimik nating baryo. Isa siyang masamang ehemplo. Isa siyang kampon ng demonyo. Bato, bato, bato. Ako'y tumakbo ng tumakbo kahit na kinakapot ng hininga at nanginginig ang mga tuhod. Kahit natakot ang naninibugho sa aking puso. Bato, bato, bato. Takbo, takbo, takbo. Umaagos ang dugo sa aking noo. Palayo ng palayo sa mga tao. Pero palapit ng palapit sa bathalang minamahal ko na kailanman hindi mga hatol o magbabato. Sa kanya ko lamang nakita ang halaga ko. Bilang isang tao, mahal niya ako. Sa kanya, alam kong malaya na ako. That's it.
Wow. Grabe. You know what I love about that poem? Maliban dun sa imagery niya, very strong imagery. May shifting POV. Am I correct? Parang may nagpapalitan na POV.
Yes.
Tama. Yes, I love that. I love that. I don't always see that in the poems I read. Hindi ko alam. I didn't know. I thought, of course, for those who are listening, because I mostly talk to Nicole in English. So hindi ko alam. I've read her poems. I didn't know that she has a single Filipino poem. And you're right, so good in Filipino. Maybe I'm just giving you ideas. Maybe in the future you can write an entire poetry collection in Filipino. Wow, you have that talent to, magaling ka sa sa Tagalog, Filipino. Okay, thank you so much, Nicole. And one last thing before we end this first segment. I'm aware that you are also advocating mental health, diba? You are I think you've partnered with an organization. Can you tell us briefly about it?
Yes, actually, the book 𝓕𝓘𝓝 is a book for a cause. I've collaborated with a mental health organization called 𝗕RHIS Philippines. So, they're actually a mental health organization supporting those who have mental health issues. They are supporting them by giving proper treatment and medical care. At the same time, they are also raising mental health awareness through mental health events. They are actually also giving away bookmarks for free to raise mental health awareness. They have a lot of initiatives. So I've actually partnered with them because, 𝓕𝓘𝓝 is not just a faith-based poetry collection, but it also has themes of mental health. If you notice the chapters, you will go to different kind of phases and mindset. So it's actually really closely aligned with mental health then. And yes, every time you buy a copy of 𝓤𝓐𝓏𝓏, you're also supporting 𝗕𝓗𝓔 Philippines. 10% will go directly to them. And I'm proud to say that ever since 𝓤𝓐𝓏𝓏 came out, from the book orders directly from me, I managed to donate my very first donation to them to support the mental health organization. So yeah, it is a book for a cause. You can get free bookmarks from me na galing sa kanila mismo, all about mental health then. Every time you buy a copy, and you are also supporting the non-profit organization too. Yeah.
Once again, we would like to invite people to buy or order copies of 𝓤𝓐𝓏𝓏𝓏 Gloria. Like what Nicole mentioned, it's a book for a cause. So you're not only helping authors, but you're also helping the organization, okay, who is committed to spreading awareness about mental health. Thank you so much, Nicole, for being with us this afternoon. I would love to meet you again, maybe during the next MIBF. We met during the recent MIBF. Thank you so much, Nicole, and please continue the good work that you're doing. Thank you so much, and I'll see you
Thank
around.
you.
All right,
Thank you.
all
Bye.
right, bye. All right. So that's for the first segment of Finding Hope in the Dark. We have three authors for this afternoon, and I think the second author is here with us. He's in the background. He's on backstage. Ano ba? Nabubulol na ako. Okay. Now let me introduce the author for the second segment, the second round. Si Arnold Subastil ay isang web developer sa isang pribadong kumpanya. Habang nagsusulat ng mga blogs tungkol sa mga paksa ng teknolohiya, nagkakaroon din siya ng oras para magsulat ng mga tula, maikling kwento, comics at sanaysay na may kinalaman sa mga aral ng buhay na itinuturo ng Biblia. Ang aklat na Anong Nangyari kay Wallace, ang unang nalimbag sa sulat niyang nobela. Lahat ng kanyang mga likha ay maaaring mabasa sa kanyang website na arnoldsubastil.com. And without further ado, let's welcome to Book Talk, Arnold Subastil. Okay. Arnold.
Hello, everyone. So,
Hello,
sorry,
Arnold.
I'm still on the
On the
road
road
kasi
ka
so,
pala.
naipit sa traffic so yeah.
It's okay. Malinaw naman yung audio natin. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Arnold, si Arnold kasi ay isa kang IT nga ba, or web developer?
Yes, actually, I graduated as BSIT in PUP Taguig. But currently, my main career is programming, specifically with web development.
Saan mo na not to hindi naman dahil exclusive para lang sa mga nasa literary field ang pagsusulat. Pero of course, parang mapapatanong ka na lang.
Yeah.
From bakit parang paano ka nagkaroon ng idea, or why did you decide to write from being a web developer? I think hanggang ngayon naman nandun ka pa rin sa field na yun. Pero bakit mo naisip na parang, I would like to try publishing my book?
Actually, way before, since high school, gusto ko na talaga yung about sa writing. Pero, of course, syempre, during choosing career, of course, wala naman talagang kasi PUP yung pinakamalapit. So, nung pinili ko yung BSIT, which I fell in love with technology too. So, yun yung pinili ko. But deep down, way before, kahit nung bata pa ako, pangarap ko na talaga like yung maging writer. Ever since my parents, yung nanay ko, pinalaki kami sa like yung sa mga stories. And then, my nanay, think highly of those authors. Kaya nga, I think, binabati ko yung nanay ko. Kasi, matutuwa siya talaga. For her, it's a big accomplishment for someone to publish a book. So, bata pa ako, I have this dream, and then siguro ngayon lang ako nagka-chance na, to publish something, to finally have this stable footing to pursue this dream. So, yeah. And thinking na on my career, I was writing a technical blogs. So, naisip ko, nung nagkaroon ako ng chance sa career ko na magsulat ng technical blogs, naisip ko na bakit hindi ako magsulat din ng something na I want, na out of my imagination. So, I tried writing, and then, yun, hanggang sa umabot na makapag-publish ng book.
You know, Arnold, ikaw yung isa sa mga classic example ng tao na hindi kailangan hindi kailangan journalism and degree or creative writing para makapagsulat. No? Anybody can write, anybody can publish. Ito si Cindy,
Yes.
new founder. Salamat po sa nanay ni Arnold for yes, sa mga progressive na nanay, sabi ni Renato. Yan. Si Renato is also an 8 letters author, and alam ko, nasa IT siya, nasa IT field din siya. So dumadami na yung nasa IT field natin na nagsusulat. Bravo! Congratulations na agad. Okay.
Miss Chris, I'll just move to my room kasi kakarating
Sure.
ko lang. Sorry. I am very, I'm very mobile.
Very dedicated yung authors natin. So, on the run, no? Sige.
Yeah.
Ito talaga reality ng pagsusulat. No? Kailangan natin, we have to be present. Yes. So, kudos to you.
Yeah.
Okay ka na? Ayan.
Yeah.
Buti hindi ka doon nag-drive. Ayan. Mobile authors tonight. Yes. Minsan kami na Cindy on the go, on the run, nasa trend. Si Cindy minsan nag-host siya sa ganito. So yeah, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle for authors. Sige, let me know if you're okay na. If you're settled na.
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
Okay ka na? Sige.
Yes.
Ayan.
I'm okay.
So,
yeah.
Sabi mo kanina, nasusugan ko lang yung statement mo na it's a huge accomplishment na for anybody to publish. At totoo naman yun. No? Pag nakasulat ka, lalo na it's your first book, huge accomplishment talaga yan. Because it's not easy to write. Pag-usapan din natin, kasi yung mismong sinulat mo, yung anong nangyari kay Wallace, ano na rin siya medyo mabigat na siya. Okay? Disclaimer/spoiler for everybody. Mabigat yung akda because it also has themes na, seryosong themes ang meron tayo dito. May mga trigger warnings tayo. So, ang tanong ko naman is, for your first novel or first book, bakit naisipan mo na ito lagyan natin? May trigger warning. I mean, did you have any hesitation na parang di kaya matakot yung magbabasa nito, masyadong mabigat, masyadong controversial.
Yeah.
Pero bakit ito ang pinush mo na i-publish?
Actually, yes. Yun yung first hesitation ko na ito ba yung magiging first book ko? Magiging ganito ba siya? Bakit? Knowing other people na my friends and my circles, they know me as someone on a funny side. So, ina-expect nila na medyo funny yung stories. Pero, and then turns out it's super serious. It's super nada-down. When my friend, my psychologist friend, when I consulted her, she even asked me, Kuya, okay ka lang ba? Kasi nung nabasa niya na parang, saan to galing? Baka naman it's a cry for help. Baka ikaw ang may kailangan. Pero, the advocacy of this, kasi another background of me, aside from being a web developer, is naging church leader din kasi ako. And sa mga youth, and the youth, they're very emotional, they're very vocal. This generation of youth, sobrang vocal nila sa questions nila. And as a Christians, they have a lot of questions. Hindi sila yung tipo na kung anong sabihin mo, ito yung gagawin mo. And mostly yung mga questions nila is totoong mabibigat. They ask about this, what if, what does the Bible say about this and about this topic? Hindi sila yung about sa mag-pray. Yung, alam niyo yan, yung they are not this shallow religious na they're just going with the flow. They ask questions, and I encourage them to be like that. So when I wrote this, it is for them, actually. I am rooting for them to answer their questions. They have this deep question about this topic. So sabi ko, instead naman na paulit-ulit ko siyang sabihin kasi iba-ibang mga bata ang nagtatanong eh. So naisip ko, isulat ko siya in a very objective way. So hindi siya story. Unang-una talaga, hindi ko siya pinlan maging story. Gusto ko siyang maging serious topic, focusing, targeting this topic, and then masagot siya directly. So hindi ko gustong magsumulat ng novel na book, pero as I write it, may mga nangyari na sige gawin nating story, sige gawin nating mas maiintindihan nila. But yeah, I choose this topic for them to understand na hindi shallow yung turo ng Bible. It's really deep and it's personal, and hindi siya natatakot sagutin yung mga questions like the questions, or hindi basta tanong kundi yung questioning talaga na nagko-question na bakit, like yung mga question na bakit nangyayari sa amin to, yun yung mga tanong nila na nagbigay sa heart ko ng bigat na I want to help them to find the answer in the Bible. And then turns out it's a really huge topic, it's very sensitive. I prayed about this, sabi ko baka naman Lord, kasi sabi ko sa akin mo ba siya tinataas, kasi baka naman kumukuha ako ng task na mas bigger than me. So I prayed, I consulted, I even entered class. I entered the Bible school for 3 semesters just to research about this. I want this to be objective. Pero nung mga times na it becomes really personal, nilagyan ko na siya ng mas madaling maintindihan na yan, yung kwento ni Wallace. Kasi ang first title niya talaga is The Case of Wallace. Ibig sabihin, gusto ko lang yung case na yun, as in, parang is a short clip of story, and then this is the story, and then ito yung answer sa story na yun. Until makaisip ako ng sunod-sunod na ito twist, ito emotional, until the topic became personal. And then I decided na gawin nating mas emotional, kasi emotional din yung topic. And that's one thing I learned, that the Bible is not just this objective answer. When you discover the answer is an objective thing and also an emotional thing. It's an experience, and at the same time, it's factual. So, yun. Kaya ko siya napili.
Usually, doon sa mga nababasa ko, like, in the past, I read Boy Meets Girl, mga ganyan. I Kiss Dating Goodbye. Usually sa ganito na may mga connections sa faith, sa Bible, usually it's non-fiction eh. How did you set the balance also and the tone, considering that pwede ko naman sabihin considering that the book has themes of depression, no, and suicide. How did you set the balance there na ito hindi maging masyadong emotional, hindi masyadong maging preachy, or saan ko ba titimplahin? How did you do that?
I think the balance na tinimpla ko sa kanya is maging wag siyang masyadong dark na, as in direct to the point na this is wrong, this situation is wrong. I want the book to sympathize to this topic, but also I balance with, I don't want to romanticize the thing. Because yun din yung yung delikado din, and yung maisip nila na alam mo yun yung ng both sides, and then yun yung pinilit kong i-balance na showing the facts that this is ugly, this is depressing, what happened to the family that experienced this is not romantic, it's dark, it's depressing, it's grief. It's grief in its purest form. So I want this to be factual, but I also want this to be hopeful. And to know that, I guess I asked many people na nakaranas ng mga ganito, and I interviewed them, and I asked them, I talked to them, and I sympathize with them. And my question first is, how did you find hope in this depressing moment? And wala sa akin makapagbigay na no, walang naka-move on sa kanila. And spoiler alert, it's not easy, it's not beautiful, but in between grief, they found faith, something to believe in, something to hold on, sa nawala. And one person, I think masyado kong nabibida siya, pero may nanay. Isa siya sa nagbigay sa akin ng idea how grief works. Actually, I posted this. And there's a line in the book. I placed it in the book. And the description of her grief, she said na she feels like nalulunod siya sa dilim sa gitna ng tirik na araw. That's one line that best describes her grief nung namatay yung lolo ko. And na-touch nga siya nung nabasa niya yung post. And then that's how my grief felt like, na nakakalunod na, but tinanong ko siya na how did you move on sa ganung grief? Kasi I don't think if it happens to me, I don't think na paano magkakaroon ng hope sa gantong ka-dark na moment, sa gantong ka-dark na scenario ng buhay. And she said, somehow faith will find you, somehow trust of love trust you. Everything will fade away. And she said that, and the Bible says that, but the word of God remains. And it says in equivalent that God is love, and then the love remains. And that's similar. She said, sabi niya, and that's similar. And when kapag minus mo, balang araw mawawala yung grief, balang araw mawawala yung lungkot, mawawala yung galit, mawawala yung sama ng loob, mawawala yung questions, but the one thing that will remain is love. And then that's the hope I want the book to perceive. Sobrang dark ng book, I know, and I reread it kasi nga chine-check natin siya. And sabi ko, ang dark naman ito, but hopefully makarating ako sa point na nung nabasa ko siya, and then there's hope, there's trust, and then hopefully yung readers is makita na even though grief is real, even though darkness is real, because we need this to be factual, we don't need to deny the darkness. It's real. But also, when we accept the fact, the existence of this darkness, we also accept the fact that there's hope in the end of it, and there's faith. And malalaman nila na the resolution inside, the inner peace inside will subside the storm of that grief. Also, kahit nandoon pa rin yung grief, they can function and they can hold on to something. They can trust the people they love. So, yun yung inspiration ko to balance this. I want the grief to be real. Ayoko kasi magsabi ng hindi ko siya na-experience. So, nilagay ko yung lugar ko. So, I interviewed people that experience it. So, that's why it's very real when someone asks me na nagbabasa. May friends ako na first nilang nabasa, sinabi nila na sobrang lungkot na parang hindi ko siya kayang matapos. Pero I encourage them na please finish it kasi in the end, it's like the Pandora's box na when you open it, the grief is very real, and then but the end of it, there's hope, and the hope is worth it. It's worth the going through this process.
Now, Arnold, I would thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that na grief is real, depression is real. Okay, because I'm sure our viewers are also aware na minsan nakakalimutan natin na totoo to, nangyayari to, no? And it's
Yes.
not easy to conquer. Ang nangyayari minsan, yung ibang tao, malabnaw yung approach nila para, you'll just have to pray and everything will go away. But thank you for mentioning that it's not that easy. I mean, it's not that easy. The depression, the feeling of drowning, tama yung sinabi ng mama mo doon, no? Hindi yan ganun kadali mawawala. But there is, yes, I also believe that there's something that you can hold on to. You have a support group. There are people, you have faith in God. Lahat to may role. All of these have a role to play. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that for you saying that. Bigyan mo lang kami ng kaunting description dahil bawal, hindi pa kasi to na-release guys kasi mag-order pa lang kayo. No? So bawal na spoilers. Tungkol saan ba? At sino ba si Wallace? I mean, what's going on in this story?
This is the story of Kuya. I focus his name as Kuya as everyone relies on him. He always have the answer. We all have that one Kuya na meron na that we trust a lot. eto yon, siya yung character na yan, and they trust them a lot. And then suddenly, something na nag-hit sa kanya. And eto nga yung story, yung about sa kapatid niya. And ito yung kwento na nagkaroon ng ito yung, I think hindi ko naman masispoil na sa ano naman, sobrang ingat na ingat ako no? And then, nalaman niya na his brother, the only family that he has, committed suicide. So, the question is, if he is a Christian, why does Ace, his brother, committed suicide? And that's the question. Doon magro-roll yung story na he needs to know if Ace is under the salvation of the Bible, as the Bible says. Because as Christians, meron tayong mga parang sinasabi ng Bible, ito yung save, ito yung tama, ito yung mali, yun yung Bible. And then, as Christians, questionable someone committed suicide. Of course, lalabas dyan yung mga magsasabi sa church na, bakit siya nag-commit ng suicide? Bakit hindi ba siya nagpe-pray? Bakit siya sobrang depressed? Bakit hindi siya nag-rely kay God? Yun yung mga magiging struggles, mga naging struggles ni Kuya during these times. So, his story will begin in finding the truth if Ace is okay. If Ace, even though he committed suicide, anong nangyari sa kapatid niya? Anong nangyari? And then, habang nagsa-search siya, marami siyang matutuklasan, madami siyang matututunan sa sarili niya, and somehow, Kuya will discover something that will change the course of this story. And yun. So, kaya anong nangyari is, ito yung journey kung ano ba talagang nangyari sa isang tao. Even though he's a Christian, ano ba nangyari sa kanya? Bakit siya umabot sa pagsusuicide? Bakit siya nagkaroon ng thought ng ganun? Bakit siya nagkaroon ng depression? So, yun yung mga question. It's a question of those Christians who simply think of, kapag nag-suicide to, ganito yung kakalabasan niya. Ito yung nangyari sa kanya. Hindi kasi siya nagpe-pray. Or yung, it's a fight against oversimplified doctrine. And it's a discovery on how to rely on faith along with the truth. So, nangyari is, this is somehow there's a discovery of the word, what does the Bible say about this topic, and then there's a discovery in how we can experience it.
Thank you so much again. Thank you so much again. Just so sinabi mo na it's not oversimplifying grief, depression, and problem. Okay, ang galing, no? And I know that when you wrote this, ang hirap ding itawid niyan. I know because di lahat maintindihan tong sinulat mo. What I mean is, hindi lahat may agree with what you said. But there will also be people who I know are experiencing the same thing. It could really relate to the story, to Wallace, no? So again, thank you so much for doing this, no? And I hope marami pang ganitong klase ng istorya. Okay? Because we need more people speaking about grief. We need more people speaking about depression. We need more people. Ito si Renato may sinasabi siya about stigma. Ayan, stigma should be removed from the whole idea.
Yes.
True, correct. Finally! Renato, finally!
Yes.
Okay.
That's the goal. That's the goal,
Yes.
Chris. I want this to be removed kasi habang sinusulat ko siya and the youth are asking about this, they're experiencing this, na kuya, bakit nagpipray naman ako, hindi naman siya nawawala, bakit ganito, ano kailangan kong gawin? And then the book suggests scientific things that the Bible promotes. I want the stigma to be removed, and also I want the question to be raised sa atin na, kasi habang sinusulat ko siya during the pandemic, I think during the pandemic or before the pandemic, it's 2019, merong news na youth pastor committed suicide. So, dun sila nagkaroon ng question na bakit siya nag-suicide? Bakit ganun? Anong nangyari sa kanya? And it's always what's something wrong, and we always focus on something wrong when it happened, pero we are not asking what's wrong if they're alive, if it's not yet too late, diba? So firstly, I want the stigma to be removed, and secondly, I want us to focus on someone that we can still do something. minsan kasi kapag nag-suicide na yung tao, saka tayo magsabi na sana pala nakausap ko siya, sana pala na-message ko siya na gato, sana pala nakamusta ko siya, napuntahan ko siya. And then, without even knowing, I hope I'm not giving a spoiler, pero without noticing the living, and they're struggling too, without asking them if, are you okay? Are you okay ka pa ba? So yun, isa yun sa isang purpose ko. Although some might disagree. I said a lot about the Bible, and not everyone is a Christian that will going to read this, but I hope it raise a question and it raise awareness that we have to know the people we love. We have to ask them, are you still okay? And I know it's really a big deal for them.
Ito may sinasabi si Nicole, no? Mental health issues is really rampant even for Christians, over anyone. Thank you for exploring this topic. Thank you to you guys, and also to yung pating susunod natin, ito rin yung ano niya. No? Tatlo kayo na nag-champion nito ngayon. So again, thank you so much for doing this. And I know that when you read this book, alam namin nababanggit ng Christianity and faith in God. Please don't think that this book will judge you. There is no judgment at all. So gaya
Yes.
ng sinasabi ni Arnold, no, the objective of the book is to raise these questions. Tanungin natin yung sarili natin, lalo na dun sa mga Christians who have, who think or thought na when you just pray, ito na, ganito kadali, okay, this book will probably change your mind. It will change the way you look at depression and suicide. Yan. Thank you so much, Arnold. And
Thank you so much.
I'd love to hold the book physically. Okay, I love to hold the book physically. So, meron na tayong meron na tayong information how much this will cost. Arnold, please invite our viewers.
Ayun, I invite everyone to have a pre-order sa 8 Letters website. Anong nangyari kay Wallace? It's 430 pesos for the pre-order. I'm not sure when will it come out. Pero hopefully after this, I'm not sure Pero yeah, please order. And even though I am encouraging everyone, hindi lang po sa mga Christian audience, but also those people, everyone experience it. And alam ko po mabigat yung topic, mabigat yung question, anong nangyari. And to know that we are here, everyone is here for you, na you are loved, and if you somehow experience this, we have help, we have our friends na gusto lang na pwede nating ma-sharean. So hopefully you buy this book and raise awareness about this.
Okay, thank you, Arnold, and see you soon, or siguro pagka sa event makita kita and dala-dala mo na i-book mo. Very soon lalabas yung
Thank you.
Yung nangyari kay Wala. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay, one last author for this segment. Grabe, no? Nakakatuwa. Bago natin tawagin yung next natin na author, nakakatuwa because parami yung nagsusulat about mental health, mental health awareness. We really need people like this. We need books like this. Na hindi lang basta non-fiction. I mean, hindi lang non-fiction. Napupunta na rin siya sa genre ng fiction. It means people are trying to send a message across. Okay, now, Arnold said something about people who will help you, people who will support you. Itong ating last author for this afternoon might be also one of the best people to talk to about, about what you're going through. Okay, 𝗏𝓚 graduated with a degree of MA in psychology, major in clinical psychology from De La Salle University, 𝗓𝗏. This has fueled his passion for psychology in fiction and in real life. He's also highly passionate about writing and fiction. For almost a decade, he worked as an online writing consultant. He's now working as a college psychology professor, and when he's not working, he watches new TV shows and movies. He likes novels of all genres, but his favorite ones are science fiction and novels that feature mental health issues. Please welcome 𝗏𝓚. Hello, Dan.
Okay, hello. Okay po ba yung aking audio?
Yes, okay ang iyong
Awesome.
audio, okay ang audio mo.
Ayan.
Congratulations also for making it to MIBF. Okay, ang daming
Okay.
bumili ng libro mo. Also, nasa Frankfurt ang iyong no, napunta sa Frankfurt ang iyong libro. Nakita ko may mga bumili sa Frankfurt ng iyong libro na Lana. Okay. Sige, bago kita tanungin, no, bigyan mo lang kami ng ano ba, idea lang no dito sa Lana tungkol saan ba ito?
Ayun, actually, before I start yung actual summary, gusto ko sana i-discuss muna yung inspiration. Kasi yung mga inspiration ko talaga is mostly yung mga novels ni Matthew Quick, like Silver Linings Playbook. Ned Vizzini is also an advocate for mental health. Sadly, he committed suicide. But all of his novels are all about mental health, and um, and of course, what's that? The Perks of Being a Wallflower. If you remember that, this is also about mental health. So yun po yung mga inspiration ko sa novel na to. So ayun, Lana is about actually it's about Clive. He's writing about his experiences with Lana, and they have a very complicated past. So when Lana comes back into his life during his time of ano ba to? Kumbaga na-hit na niya yung rock bottom. He's an alcoholic, a writer at the beginning of the book, and he's also depressed and anxious, and well, I think I need a trigger warning. He's also suicidal. So ayun lahat yung problems niya sa simula ng book, and Lana comes along with an offer to write a screenplay with him. So, yun, parang gusto nilang collab sila sana kasi si writer nga siya. So, ayun, yun yung mangyayari throughout the book. Clive and Lana, gagawa sila ng screenplay, movie, and of course, yung interaction sila all throughout. Ayun, dun ma-force si Clive na i-confront yung kanyang mga, kumbaga, inner demons. And eventually, yes, there's I think the term is malapit sa redemption. Kumbaga, yung novel it features from yung rock bottom up to the part na nag-feature ako ng treatment. Kasi nga, ayun nga, during my masteral, I was also, nag-duty rin ako sa clinic. So, ayun, medyo familiar naman ako sa process of therapy and so forth. So, ayun, from rock bottom hanggang treatment na siya yung aabuti ng libro. Kaya I think sakto talaga siya sa team na ito na finding hope in the dark talaga. Ayun.
I was about to say na yun nga may redemption arc yung
Yeah.
yung character ko, no? And okay yun kasi iba-iba yung approach ng iba-iba yung approach ng authors sa ganitong facing your demons, no, facing the demons of your past. Okay? Meron akong tanong lang din dahil nag-comment si Cindy, no? Sabi niya, I thought he'd write a Pinoy sci-fi novel first, but here comes Lana. Doon sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam, no, si Dan kasi, we first saw his work sa sci-fi, doon sa Detachable. Tama ba ako? Detachable, no? Meron pa isa, may nauna po.
Super Society.
Super Societies, yan.
Yeah.
So, mas marami siya, sa mga pinasa sa 8 letters, mas marami yung sci-fi. Then, ito na nga, nagkaroon ng Lana. Why did you shift? Parang bigla, parang yun nga, akala namin magsa-sci-fi ka, sci-fi. Tapos biglang naglana. What was the reason?
Okay, kasi ayun nga, as I was saying before actually nagsulat ako lahat-lahat, ang track ko talaga is to become a psychologist. So, wala akong sinasalihang anything na publishing or what, wala akong pinapasahan for short stories. As in, nag-aaral lang talaga ako to become a psychologist, masteral lang talaga. Then, yun, after ng graduation ko, doon ko naisipan magsulat na. That's why I started with short stories. Yun, that's why I submitted to 8 letters, the sci-fi anthology. So, sabi ko, short stories muna to practice, to hone my writing skills muna. Ayun. Then, sabi ko, nung mag-move na ako to a novel, sabi ko, wait lang, parang nabasa ko kasi, syempre marami ako nababasang sci-fi recently, like yung foreign ones, and even local, like Renato's book. And sabi ko, parang hindi ko kaya yung level of detail ng mga 'to. Kasi if you're familiar with sci-fi novels, like yung kay Renato, ang ganda nung world building, 'di ba? So sabi ko parang hindi kaya nung brain ko pa yung gano'ng iaalamin mo yung like yung buong world ng sci-fi world mo talaga, yung rules of it, the culture and all, yung politics. I remember kay Renato may politics pa and all. So sabi ko, hindi ko kaya yun ah. So sabi ko, I will practice muna what I know. And ayun nga, this is what I know. Kasi nga, for the past 5 years, or actually 2016 pa ako nag-aaral nung sa masteral. So sabi ko, sabi ko yun na lang yung, sulat na lang ako tungkol doon. So sabi ko, ayun. Kaya naisip ko yung, if you will actually read the book, it's so simple lang din. Maliban sa alam ko na yung topics, it's so simple. It's actually about just Clive and Lana. And kahit hindi mo nabasahin yung sasabihin ng mga ibang tao doon, parang the story will work kasi it's just about them. Yun talaga sila yung main characters. Hindi ko pa kaya yung like for example sa mga Star Wars and Star Trek, ang dami nilang characters. So sabi ko, hirap na hirap pa ako mag-juggle ng mga character profiles and dialogue sa utak ko. So sabi ko, okay na to for my first novel. Mental health muna, what I know, psychology, and minimalistic muna. 2 characters lang yung main talaga. So ayun, kaya ako napunta doon. And share ko na din yung yung inspiration ko niya na I posted about this the other day eh. Yung aking ano talaga diyan, inspiration is yung lesson ko from back in masters yung mga classes ko doon. So yung isa is on existential psychology. So existential psychology about yung kumbaga, do you really live or exist? Do you find meaning in your existence, mga ganon. Which is, kaya naging ganon si Clive kasi parang, yun nga, parang no, wala nang halaga sa kanya yung existence niya. That's why he's contemplating suicide. And yung next ko is, na topic ko naman dun is yung substance use. So that's, nabasa ko kasi pala, may mga ganon na tao na parang hindi nila nakikitaan ng meaning yung buhay nila and kaya sila napupunta sa mga self-destructive behaviors like alcoholism. So, parang na-combine ko na yung both. Kaya naging ganun yung main character ko. So, sabi ko, okay, sige, yun na lang isulat ko kasi parang sobrang interested ako sa mga topics na yun. So, ayun, parang, kumbaga, to sum up yung aking process, naisip ko, I will write about what I know to start naman. So, magsusulat na lang siguro ng sci-fi when I've, kumbaga, na-develop na ako as a writer. Ayun.
That's really humble of you. You know? That's really modest of you. There are two truths to that. Though. Just to digress a bit from the theme of our book talk. Sabi ni Dan, no, he decided to write about Lana because this is what he knows. The topic is what he knows a lot about. And tama naman yun, you write what you know. Write about what you really know. Pero may sinasabi din si Renato dito na sci-fi is just K-drama with spaceships, no big deal. But I'm going to get something from that. I'm going to extract something from that. Ibig sabihin, anybody can also write sci-fi. Basta alam mo lang yung elements ng sci-fi. So kung yung mga nanonood sa atin, dalawang tips agad yung kumbaga nakita natin dito na it's a two-pronged statement. Write about something that you know, but don't also be scared of experimenting and studying the genre, especially sci-fi. Kasi si Dan ay dalawa yung genre niya, no? Isang sci-fi tsaka ito nga yung sa mental health, yung realistic na word. Okay, so going back to Dana, pwede mo bang i-characterize? Bigyan mo lang ng ano tawag dito, parang profile tong si Clyde, no? Ano ba siyang klase ng tao? I mean, because you mentioned substance abuse, you mentioned what he was going through. Pero ano yung niya? Ano yung personality niya? Tapos dumating sila na nag-clash ba yung ugali nila or what? What was their dynamic?
Okay. So at the beginning of the novel, Clive is really siya, paano ba 'to? Kumbaga keeping in mind na his he's intending to commit suicide. So very brash si Clive, parang wala siyang pakialam about anything. So yun, medyo gusto niya laging alone lang siya, wala na siyang pakialam. And when he ends up interacting with people, he says things na, wala siyang pakialam kung anong magiging reaction ng mga tao. Kasi nga, parang on the back of his mind, why does he have to care about anything? So parang ganun yung ganun yung inabot niya sa rock bottom talaga, na he's very brash. So kaya ako sinasabi na na parang redemption arc, as he starts caring about, things about his life again, doon na siya magbabago. Pero yun nga, at the very beginning, he's very, kumbaga, bahala na. Parang yung mga lasenggo sa kanto ba, na bahala na kung mapaaway sila or or may sila, may ma-offend sila or what. So ganun talaga siya. Ganun yung personality niya. Aside from being, ayun nga, gusto niya lagi siyang loner. Ayaw niya ng kasamang tao. And overall, yun, masungit lang talaga siya. And well, I guess ang lang talaga, ang natira lang talaga sa kanya is still siya. Parang he's still very passionate about writing lang. So parang yun yung naging key sa kanya nung ni Lana, na parang nilulure siya ni Lana through a writing job. Parang yung naging nila, connection. Kasi nga, as I've said, wala na siyang pakialam for most people, wala na siyang gusto niya na mapag-isa lagi. Pero there's the, passion talaga niya sa writing na, kaso lang problema lang niya sa beginning talaga doon is, nahihirapan siya sa parang nawala na siya ng sa medium of na, parang wala na siyang pag-asa sa medium of writing, yung sa novel, gano'n. Parang, kasi marami na siyang nasulat na books by that time, and he's not happy eh. And as you may know, or people with mental or depression may know, umaabot talaga sa point na gano'n, na kahit passionate ka about some stuff, pag may pinagdadaanan ka, minsan nagiging gano'n, nawawalan ka rin ng passion for kahit gustong-gusto mo siya before ka magka-depression. So ayun, parang even as a writer, kahit mayroon naman siyang something to live for na writing, parang writing novels, parang na rin siya. Medyo hindi na sapat sa kanya yun. That's why, ang pinaka-hook ko talaga sa simula, ang pinaka-premise ko talaga dyan sa simula is he just wants to write one last story. Sabi niya, one last story and, I'll do it. Commit suicide na siya. Then, ayun, kaya lang napatagal, na delay, or na-stop, or na-prevent, kasi nga dumating sila with a writing offer. Kaya ayun, yun yung niya, yun yung profile niya, na non-caring, very brash, and isolationist talaga siya, and pero with passion for writing pa rin. Ayun.
Actually,
And
ang ganda
pala,
nun.
sorry, may dagdag pala ako. Yun nga, aside from those, meron pala siyang like self-doubt, anxiety, and depression. Kasama lang yung mga yan.
Right, correct. Actually, maganda yun. Because in the story, you're also incorporating the signs, no? The signs that a person is depressed or suicidal. Nakikita na natin doon kay Clyde mismo, no? So, anybody who could be experiencing the same thing, makikita nila rin yung sarili nila kay Clyde. Now, let's talk about Lana, no? Is she like a metaphor here? Paano bang, parang, paano mo na-fashion si Lana in your head? Ano siya? Is she an idea, or could be a real person, or a character representing a support group? What is she like?
Lana is like, siya, actually, siya, real person siya sa context of the story, of course. Pero, it's about rin siya, para siyang, kumbaga para siyang symbol of hope for Clive. Actually, if you remember, di ba, when we were making yung book cover, tapos yung when we landed on the final one, pag unang kita ko, I fell in love with it. Kasi, di ba, sayang wala dito, hindi nakikita ng audience, pero the cover features a guy looking at the title. So parang, and the title is the only bright aspect of the cover, di ba? Kasi parang medyo bluish ba yon, tama ba? Yung background, bluish. Parang medyo dark siya, di ba? Then pero yung title na lang is
Baka
yellow.
meron kaya itong na-receive? Tama ba? May na-receive kaya itong
Yes.
kopya dyan. Do you have
Ay,
it
yes
with
po.
you?
Ay, hindi
Yeah, but
right
can
now.
you show it? Ay, wala
Apo?
sa'yo ngayon yan.
Ay,
Hindi mo
wala sa
hawak
tabi ko
ngayon.
ngayon. Wala sa
Okay,
tabi ko
okay.
ngayon yun. Okay lang. Sa
Sayang.
kabilang table. Opo, ayun. So, ayun, ganun yung nangyari. So, kumbaga, tuntua talaga ako sa color scheme na parang dark all over, but the title Lana is yellow because she's a symbol of hope for Clive in the novel. Ayun nga lang, sumakto din yung part na, di ba parang may mga squiggly lines tayo dun sa cover. So, ayun, parang sakto rin sabi ko, okay, para kasing yun nga, complicated si Clive and Lana sa past nila. So, parang, kumbaga yung yellow doon for me, it symbolizes Lana, yung title, pati yung squiggly lines. So, kumbaga, while Lana stands as a symbol of hope, she also, parang she is also, kumbaga, nagkakaroon ng parang complications sa thoughts si Clive dahil kay Lana. So, yun yung niya, idea ni Lana na hope, pero medyo confusing, ay parang complicated yung relationship nila. So, ayun yung parang isa na yung part ng conflict. Kasi, kumbaga, if you imagine this person, kumbaga, in your darkest time, you're like, ganun nga, naabot mo yung point ni Clive, then iniisip mo, then wala nang nag-reach out sa'yo. Like Clive, wala naman nag-reach out na sa kanya. So imagine, ang darating pang person is meron pa kayong complicated na relationship and past. So ganun yung kasama siya yun yung idea ni Lana. Pero, then, yun yung character niya. Pero other than that, natuwa lang din ako sa Lana kasi, actually, yung Lana is a wordplay. Actually, the name na lang ito, hindi na yung person. The name Lana is a wordplay from wala na. So, kumbaga wala na kasi nga, rooted yung character and yung story sa idea of existential psychology na meron silang nadidiscuss doon na non-being, kumbaga parang hindi ka nag-exist. So, ayun, parang kaya gusto ko yung name. So, kumbaga wala na. So, in the story, maraming wala na. Wala na siyang, kumbaga, pag-asa mabuhay, and marami nang wala na sa kanyang, let's say, relationship, marami nang wala ng opportunities sa kanya. So, ayun yung gustong-gusto ko na part ito sa aspect na lang ng name ni Lana. Ayun.
Alam mo, that's brilliant though because yung Lana ay pwedeng wala na, pero dun
Yeah.
sa kwento, dun sa what you're telling us right now, there could be hope in wala na. I mean, aside from
Yes.
Lana, the person, Lana, a person who's there reaching out to you, you can also find hope in sa wala, no? Sa wala na. Yung nakita kong common denominator yung tatlong storya ngayon. Lahat nag-hit rock bottom. I mean, either the author or yung inspiration ng author or yung sa'yo naman the character. Ang ganda nung layers na yun, the author, inspiration ni author, at yung character ni author. I love that. Ngayon ko lang siya na-realize. So all three layers, all three books talk about hitting rock bottom and then rising afterwards, finding hope, finding light, and then rising from the depths, no? So lahat kayo may ganon. What is this telling us? I mean, hindi mo kailangan malugmok ng habang buhay. Eventually, pwede ka namang umahon doon. But iba-iba lang tayo ng proseso ng pag-ahon. Si Clive, ibang proseso niya ng pag-ahon. Yung sa kwento ng ano nangyari kay Wallace, iba rin ng pag-ahon, iba rin yung kay Nicole. So, ikaw, how are you taking all of these things? I mean, from the reception of your book, pati dito sa, kung meron mga nagbigay na sa inyo reviews, sa mga take ng ibang tao about mental health, ano yung parang, kumbaga, take away mo about this?
Okay, yung take away ko, actually gusto ko yung parang hiramin ko yung sinabi nyo kanina na parang yun nga, parang yung team natin na Finding Hope in the Dark, or yung kahit nag-rock bottom ka na, you find ways. Actually kasi, gusto ko yung sinabing yun. Sakto kasi yung sa pinagbasihan na theory, yung existential psychology. Actually, yung basihan, kaya naging basihan ko yun. Kasi nung inaral namin yun, napag-usapan namin na, sometimes pag may nangyaring di maganda sa mga tao, they stop existing in the existential sense. Kumbaga, they stop growing, they stop kumbaga, doing something for their lives. Kumbaga, they stop living in the metaphorical sense. Kaya sila, kumbaga, for example, may ano ka, na you lost someone or something important to you, then parang hindi ka naka-move on, parang may mga ganong ano instances. So parang may mga taong gano'n na nangyayari na according sa theory na yon na yun yung nagiging cause ng ating mga mental health issues na when we stop existing because of things that happen or let's say limitations in our life or yung mga bagay na wala na. So yun yung according sa theory na yun yung nangyayari. And ang goal ng kung kunyari kung ikaw yung isang psychotherapist na yun ang theory na nagsusubscribe ka, yun yung ginagamit mo for your therapy, ang goal mo is to help your client start kumbaga living or existing again. Kumbaga kailangan niya mag-move on dun sa bagay na nagpa-stop sa kanya na mag-exist. So kaya yun yung aking pinaka-take away na like Clive, marami nangyari sa buhay ni Clive na mga hindi magaganda and he eventually kumbaga stopped existing or living life to the fullest as a result of it. He became depressed and experienced alcohol issues. So, kumbaga may ganun na nangyayari. Pero may mga nakakagawa pa naman tayo ng paraan minsan. Minsan on our own or minsan through the help of others like sa part ni Clive. Nakakagawa naman tayo ng ways to find kumbaga meaning in our life, to find reasons to keep living. Kumbaga finding hope in the dark talaga yung saktong-sakto sa tema. Yun yung pinaka-ano ko doon. Pinaka-take away ko doon. Kumbaga kahit may mga bagay na wala na, syempre we can grieve for it, we can experience the emotions caused by it. Pero sana we can still continue existing when we are back on our feet again. And sana we also received help because everyone needs help like what happened to Clive. Sana ganun din yung mangyari sa mga tao na they can receive help. Ayun.
Ang ganda yung sinabi mo, no? Kasi meron akong importanteng sasabihin pagkatapos ng natin, ng talk natin. No? Na, tapikin nyo lang yung katabi nyo, ha? Kung okay pa sila, and, maybe they need help. No? Don't hesitate to ask them, and don't hesitate to extend a hand, extend help if needed. No, lahat ng tao nakakaranas niyan. It's real. The struggle is real. But iba-iba nga lang tayo ng approach, no? Iba-iba rin tayo na kinakapitan. May kumakapit sa passion, may kumakapit kay God, sa Bible, may kumakapit din sa sarili nilang strength. Merong iba na kailangan ng ibang tao kasi they're getting strength from others. So that's a very, very beautiful thing to say, Dan. And thank you for sharing it with us. And see you again maybe sa mga susunod na events natin. And kung may kasunod sila na mini-mention si Renato na sequel. So, kung may sequel man si Dano or if you want to go back to sci-fi, of course, the doors of 8 letters is always open. So, thank you so much also for gracing our book talk today. Thank you, Dan. Please invite our viewers also to buy your book. Dahil ito ay bumibenta, no? Pati Germany. Grabe.
Okay guys, please buy po Lana, my novel. It's available on 8 letters website. And also their Shopee and Lazada accounts available din po yon. And I'm sure you will enjoy it from the very saddest moment up to the redemption arc. I hope you enjoy and become better persons as a result of it. Ayan.
Thank you so much, Dan. Okay, see you soon, all right? Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, thank you so much. That's 1 hour, but thank you for staying with us, and I hope you learned a lot from the talks from the 3 authors. Okay, just also a reminder: if you are experiencing depression, and you feel that you need help, call a mental health professional also. Don't be scared, okay, to talk to people who could help you. Okay? So of course, maganda rin na meron tayong pinaghuhugutan. You have faith, but also don't forget na meron din mga tao who could help you, who could reach out to you. Okay? So kailangan din nating i-explore yan. Thank you so much. Okay guys, and we'll see you next week for another book talk with Cindy. Bye bye guys.